gotcha. Either they pimps or they max or they monsters. You want the real shit? Oh, I gotcha. You see my niggas here? You know we proper. You know we do it right, and so to sign off, this beat I rhyme off. It's from the loneliest peak, and you gon' mind, boss. You feel it in the air, it's such a flying force. But you don't hear me though, just like a mom's dog. That's cause I'm in Europe, me and my French tour. I'm on my pimp, my temperature is tempera. I take it easy on my watch, I'm watching TV. And my cleanest, my Harishi, see the hair is trying to beat me. I continue to do lose pace. Them say you got 2 heads and 4 eyes, just like Screw's face. But see my secret's safe, it's in my secret safe. That's in my secret room, on my secret base. So from the runners of the F&F crew, come in hip hop, we come to resurrect you. Alright, that's enough of that. Welcome to the TruExact Show, Quarantine Edition. This is my first solo show in about, I'd say about 3 months. I've been working on trying to find a replacement for Minx and just haven't found it yet. Had a few in mind. They turned it down. It is what it is. Brian's doing his own thing. My brother Joe doing their own thing. Paul and Tony doing their own thing. Piz is loud on their show. So this is just a little quarantine show to get things into perspective and let you know what we're doing with the channel and if there's any updates and whatnot. And also, I think it'd be fun to just talk for once. Talk. Because we've been in quarantine, we've been doing nothing. I'm gonna have shows with my wife coming up tomorrow, and she doesn't even like the camera. But you know what? She's gonna do it because we've been bored watching the same Netflix shit. Can't play Monopoly because I'd win every time. There's not even a point. It is what it is. Shout out to my friend Larry. This is a Duff Man hat right here. And shout out to my boy Eric who got me a hoodie with my own face on it. If you want one of them, hit him up. He got it for me for Secret Santa for Applebee's back in 2019 when we were still able to go. Half price appetizers after 10. Giovanni, the #1 waiter there. He probably got moved to Buffalo Wild Wing though. Let's move on. So why I'm doing this show is to give you a little update on the channel. And I posted something tonight on Facebook I thought was really fun. We're all in quarantine, and I saw something. It was a meme I posted, and it was like, some memes are very hurtful because it said, just when you think your day's bad, remember that there's someone from your hometown still trying to be a rapper. And I feel like that just signifies me and my 2 friends, Matt and Brian, who, we're not trying to be rappers, but we rap, and I feel like it just equates that with us. Like, look at these fucking idiots at our age still trying to do it. We're not trying to do it, we just still like to entertain, and if it happens, it happens. It only takes one, that's what I say. I made that up, actually, last year. True story. So, I thought it'd be fun to give a little perspective on how I became TruExact, how me and Matt got into rap, how Brian got into rap, and how everything just kind of formulated into one, and to bring up everyone on this post that I posted on Facebook because it was really fun and really cool, and it's still going on now. It's been like 4 hours. So let's go back to a young adolescent, the G-Man, 15 years old, 16 maybe. So it was my 15-year-old birthday, and my cousin Lindsay, yep, you're probably going to listen to this because you're not doing shit either. You're probably sitting at home with the kids, coloring with Nick, and just having a good time, but you might as well listen to this because your name's been shouted out into it. Brought to you by Perry Toch Gin. It says Navy strength. I wasn't in the Navy. I can't attest for it. I usually buy gin in plastic bottles. That's why I get so fucked up from it. But this one's in glass, so if it drops, it'll break. So let's go back to Lindsay. She was 15. She was driving me around. See, my cousin Lindsay was a junior when I was a freshman. So that's a fact. 17, 15. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I got the numbers right. So the movie 8 Mile came out in 2002, right? So this is the origin of TruExact, and whatnot. So, one second. So November 2002 hits. And when you were a freshman in high school, if you were a white kid, you were obsessed with Eminem. Unless you were into hard rock, Papa Roach, like Slipknot, whatever. Cool bands. By the way, one of the worst things about this quarantine is I can't go see Five Finger Death Punch and Papa Roach with my brother in May. He bought tickets already. What are we going to do? Oh my god. So, Eminem 8 Mile came out, I want to say November 8th, 2002. Just because I'm a psychopath and I remember dates like that. But it dates back to when I went to see, oh please cover your ears for this. I went to see the movie Blue Crush in August of 2002. It was a good movie. It still dates well. Seriously. Kate Bosworth was good looking. Michelle Hernandez or Michelle Rodriguez was just off of Fast and the Furious, so you felt like you had to go see it. Right? Yeah, good. And Phasian Love was in it. Let's not bring him up from the Parenthood though, because that was it the Parenthood? Yeah, great show. So he was in it. You were like, oh, funny guy. This is gonna be amazing. So I went to see Blue Crush, and the movie 8 Mile was being previewed in August of 2002. I remember sitting there, and I'll never forget. My cousin Lindsay whipped out like a book, and she wrote like the date in. This is when you didn't have really cell phones at the time, so you whipped the date out. Like, oh my god, I have to see this movie November 8th. And I'll never forget. Like, she was actually 18 at the time, and I was 16 or 15, and she brought me to see it because in school you had off in November on that Thursday and Friday, and the movie came out November 8th, 2002. I want to say, it's been that long since I've been failing as a rapper. This is horrifying. So I walked in the movie theater. You see him beat Papa Doc and all that, and I remember, and this you could attest to this, like any white rapper out there, anyone who ever freestyled out there, because it happened for us. So right when you left that movie theater, it like sparked in you. Like, I want to be a rapper. Like, oh my god, I want to do this. But like most people, and anyone my age who was white or even black, I don't know, I can't attest for them, but definitely white, who started rapping after that movie, it's because of that movie. All these battle rappers out right now who are of our age, I would love to hear their story because I really think it was because of that movie. But look at me on my sweater. This is just flexing right here. So it was definitely me. It was definitely because of that movie. So Lindsay takes in the movie, and I'll never forget my friend Hall on Hall at War, actually. He couldn't get in because they weren't 18, and they didn't have like an 18-year-old to get him in. I remember walking out of the theater, and Paul, Ralph, and Brian were waiting to get in, and my cousin Lindsay was out there, and she was like, "I guess I'll buy you tickets," but they weren't. She wasn't going in with them, so they had to like they asked someone to get tickets at the desk, and the guy was doing his job, and he couldn't even get them the tickets. But I think one of them, I want to say Hall, I'm not gonna vouch for this. He said something very offensive to the guy because he was just doing his job, and he couldn't get him in. And you had to like calm him down, like, bro, you're 16 years old, you can't get in. So after that, our friend Freebie Matt started, who I've been in contact with tonight, just about random shit. Because when you're in quarantine, you got nothing. You're just looking around like, I'm gonna fucking kill somebody. So I'm gonna start texting people and then posting things on Facebook. You start getting in touch with people you haven't gotten in touch with in a while. And it's really nice, actually. Like, and me and Freebie, our relationship, we could get into it another time. I plan on having him on one time, and we will delve into the whole saga. I know 13 people are very curious about the whole saga, and if there was ever beef, if there wasn't beef, what happened with us, what happened with Mike Heist, whatever. Another time, another day. Where's Evo? I don't know, probably in quarantine. Where's Brian? Well, he's probably in quarantine too, but we'll still put out music if it really comes to it. One sec. So, we move on to, I want to say sophomore year, and the guy I was in contact with tonight, first person I ever battled. We were at a girl's house for a party, probably sophomore year, and I remember being so nervous because we were outside. It was near Cook Ave. I'm not gonna say the girl's house, but it was near Cook Ave. Everyone was there. This kid, actually, who I battled, ended up punching me in the face like 3 parties later, and my good friend Riley ended up fighting him for it. It was really cool. Thanks, Riley. So we were outside, and Carlos, our friend Carlos, I'm not gonna say his last name, but like I'm in contact with him tonight just talking about this stuff because it's fun to just reminisce. So Carlos ends up battling and he says stuff, and I remember like I spit like 3 bars, and it was the wackest shit of all time. It was something like, you're getting beat by a white kid, oh my god, and 1-syllable raps. But at that time, it was like a week after 8 Mile, so everything you spit was like, this is the greatest shit of all time. Like, oh my god, Duke a rap. So every party you went to from that point on, you started to rap. And you started to freestyle. And it was like actual freestyling. That's what was so fun about it. Like, it wasn't like, I don't even think these dudes now could like attest or could understand what a cipher is. Spit a 16, go around in a circle, and you would pick up on other people's raps pretty much. Like, oh, someone would rap like, I'm on a camera, I'll hand you, I'll hit you with the blammer, fragile, I'm agile, and then go. And then you'd have to pick up on it. And that was the cipher, around in a circle. Kick to death, winter fresh, you know, this place is a mess, or whatever. These are multis, freestyling, it is what it is. So, I'll never forget though. Like you were very humbled because I went in. I beat not beat Carlos, but like freestyled, and I had like one or two good lines. And I went inside, and this kid Colin, I gotta say the last name, he rapped too. So like he was a little older than me, and he was outside, and we started rapping with each other, and I got annihilated, like absolutely annihilated. Like in over my head. It was kind of like when you do comedy the first time, in the first crowd you hit, and then the next time you go up, the next week it's like a complete fucking dud. That's kind of what happened here. So like I spit well outside, and then I went to battle somebody who was like pretty decent, and I was just like, wow, this is fucking embarrassing. So at that point, it was like, all right, I got to work on my craft. So like it was literally like the movie where M was riding on the bus, just looking at things, just going on, or doing the Sweet Home Alabama thing. Like me, Matt, and Brian would just kind of be walking around Wendy's and just be rapping, just throw out words like chicken nuggets, I'll rip them, fuck it, like things like that, and it just kind of came about. And Matt's the one. See, as much animosity or people think or hate me and Matt think we've had, which I know there's tension in a room when me and him get in a room. Some people say like you could cut it with a knife. That's a horrible saying, but like a lot of people say that. But there was never really animosity between me and him, and I actually owe him everything as far as like me getting into the rap scene. Seriously. So like Matt started to text battle, which is this is the origin of it. So he started to text battle like on Network 54, and there it was probably we were 15, 16 years old, and you would literally go on a forum board and just text battle each other without even audio at first. So like my first name I think was like Conviction, and oh my god, there was one of our friends' names was Hotter Than Life, which I'm not gonna say it. Brian's was I want to say Assault right from the get go, and Matt's was Freebie. So we had these guys on there like Soldier, Absolute, Warren Thuggin, Boomy from the Block, who we still keep in contact with, which has been 17 years, which is amazing. For Show, who we still keep in contact with. He's from Idaho. I want to say a couple others, Maximus, and hopefully these guys are doing well. I really haven't talked to them in 7 years. I mean, I'm still in a little contact with Boomy, but as far as like rap goes, no one really made it on a level like that. So it was very fun though. We used to like go online. It was like being in a chat room, and you used to battle each other and have tournaments with brackets like March Madness. Wow, I miss March Madness. Kansas would be in the Elite Eight right now. So you used to have like March Madness brackets, and then you graduated to like audio. And oh my god, if one day I will have an episode where I play my old songs, like my first ever recorded songs, it's the worst shit of all time. Like I'd rather have the coronavirus than listen to this stuff. And I think you would all agree. I actually sent it to my friends tonight, and they were like, this is cringeworthy even listening. So we started to text battle and audio battle, and I needed a name. And one of my favorite rappers at that time was an underground rapper called Benefit, who I plan on doing a Lost in the Mix series with about how he disappeared. If you know Benefit, like he just went away. And Benefit's still out now. He does shows, but nobody really knows who he is. It's a weird thing with Benefit. Benefit's like career is very mesmerizing. What he became, what he did, and where he just like vanished in the thin air. And he doesn't really do interviews or contact people. And even when he does do interviews, you still can't see his face. It's like you wouldn't know him. He could be delivered by mail, and I wouldn't know who he is. So Benefit on his album had a song called Exact. It was like, I got the deaf people hearing this, blind people seeing this, paralyzed from the neck down, still feeling this. So I took the name Exact and went on this forum board and started rap battling. And like at first, like you were just on a little mic, and you would post on SoundClick.com and then post your stuff up there, and then people on the website would vote for it. So there was another guy on the website called Bobby Beretta who went by Exact, who was, I mean, like it was weird to like have rap battles like that. Looking back on it, like how fucking stupid were we? So he went by that name, and we battled for the name. Oh my god, how badass we were! So he text battle. It's the equivalent of Twitter fingers, like turn the trigger fingers, shit like that. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna get him, man! I'm so tough. So one of the worst lines I ever had. Seriously, I'm gonna throw this out. It was so embarrassing. It was to rap no one would pay. To rap, no one would pay a fee, but I shine like someone highlighted me. Oh my god, that's so horrible. You ever look like a photo of yourself you can't even look at? That's that rhyme. Like, that's that rhyme. I want to kill myself just thinking of it. But you gotta start somewhere. That's what I tell myself. So we did these rap battles, and the name Exact was kind of like, well, we battled for it, and I guess I won the battle. I don't even remember. I really don't. The song is probably shit, even if I won the battle, whatever. So what happened was we changed the website, which was just Network 54, to True Hidden Talent, right? And this guy, Born Thuggin, who was RJ, he went by, he ended up like wanting to pay people to post on the site, 99 cents. We were pissed off, but looking back on it, he was probably ahead of his time, actually, with what's going on in the world now. So he wanted to do that, and then Freebie made a diss to him, like on the Nail in the Coffin beat to Benzino by Eminem, and he completely murdered him. And what happened was, Born Thuggin ended up deleting the entire website. So you had like a year and a half or 2 years of our entire like rap life of just chat rooming and like our old raps was my great highlighted feline just gone, wiped off the face of the earth, off the face of the earth. You can't even find them anymore, which is very upsetting. So Born Thuggin, if you're fucking listening, you ruined everything. So I decided to take the name True, which was it was Covert Aptitude. Matt thought of because he's a psychopath and thinks of more intense shit than ever needs to be thought about. Covert Aptitude, or how about just True Hidden Talent? Okay, fine. So there's True Hidden Talent. So what I did in my mind to pay homage to the people I grew up rapping with in 03 to 05, like Soldier, Absolute, Casper, Boomy, all these guys who we would post with, and there was like somewhat of a camaraderie. Like, you want to talk about like a real world house of like a forum? This was it. Like, you shared your shit. You shared your raps. You'd be in chat rooms. You'd be posting. You'd be friends with each other. You know, if you had cell phones at the time, you probably texted. So I took the True name and added it to Exact to make TruExact. And that is the origin of TruExact. A lot of people didn't know that, not even my closest friends. I probably told them 100 times, they just truly didn't give a shit. And that's a fact. So, we'll take off on that for when I do have Freebie on, and we'll go from there on how, I don't want to say things went sour, but we kind of separated, went apart, because I know a lot of people want to know. I know 13, 14 people want to know at the local bars, and and we will talk about that, and we'll talk about how we kind of separated, and the groups changed, and Mike Heist changed, and then me and Brian kind of veered off, or whatever. Me and Assault veered off. Now Brian does Random University. So that's that. That's that story. So, little update on what's going on with the channel right now, being in quarantine. We have a couple of backlogged episodes right now. I just put one up of Random University with the God episode, and God episode and Aliens episode, which I wasn't on, but fuck, it was one of the funniest episodes I've seen. And this new Piz is hilarious. I think he should have his own segment called Pizzed Off. That's just me. We got Whole Out War still going on. Paul and Tony are, you know, with everything going on, they're just at their jobs. Everyone's trying to maintain, so it's hard to get out to them. They're gonna focus more on sports, if you will, because like that's just their niche. They love doing that stuff, but there are no sports right now. So if anything, if they're on our show, we could just do, you know, have them on as guests, or if they want to run their own shit and do their own show with like stuff they're going on about, their work, the coronavirus, they could do it. They're great at it. Tony's a natural. Hall's great with them. As far as who's the legal man, you know, I saw Joe probably 2 weeks ago at the Poconos. They're very excited. It's still going on with it. WrestleMania is kind of being tempered down. They're kind of veering toward the angle of wrestling. But it's kind of hard with no sports, and they have to travel to meet up, Ray and Joe, so it's kind of hard for them to get together, especially what's going on. Joe has kids. You don't want to risk being near someone with the coronavirus. I understand. So I can't really force them. So right now I'm just trying to push out some shows and and keep everyone entertained and keep myself entertained because I got rid of all my video games. All I have is FIFA 19. How many times should you play with the Red Bulls? Because that shit ain't even happening. Would have thought I'd only have a soccer game, right? Random University. Brian loves doing it himself, but I have talked to him. He's working on other stuff. He's trying to write some stuff. Work on a script for Netflix. Just to push things out. Try to keep your options open. We do have a connection here and there. I have contacted a couple phone interview call-ins. And I don't want to like throw names out there, but I have contacted them on Twitter, and they're willing to do it once I get everything set up. I've contacted Nino Bless. We plan on doing something soon, even if I have to travel out to him in New York. I've Twittered Pat Stay, the battle rapper from Nova Scotia. So if I get a call-in thing set up, I'm gonna have him call in. I've also talked to comedian Alex Pavone in New York. So he was supposed to come here this weekend, but he messaged me on Facebook, and he was like, we can't do it right now, and I can't blame him. My wife doesn't want anyone over. I don't want anyone over. We gotta listen. Listen to the politicians and me. Be safe. Eat frozen pizzas, drink gin and tonics, and just fucking be happy. Don't go out if you don't need to. And I will have an episode on that too, the quarantine thing. So Alex Savone is in contact. We're also gonna have XSIQ, one of our friends rappers, on tonight actually. But I texted him this morning. So with the circumstances, you can't come on. Like it's too hard to travel. He'd have to take a train here. It's just not worth it. So I'm looking to get a call in going on and just try to get guests I want on. Like I love the underground battle rap community. I know it sounds cheesy to everybody, but if I could have guys like Nino Bless and Pat Stay and Sharon on, if I haven't contacted Sharon, but like people like that, I have interviewed Ilmac 4 years ago on the Loudcast, but like guys like that, those are the guys I want on. Those are the guys who interest me the most, the battle rap community, things like that. So that's kind of the update with it. I don't have any new I don't want to say talent, but shows in the works. I want a female show, but a lot of the girls I reached out to, I guess they're just kind of like they don't want to be on camera, which is fine. But it is what it is. If anyone's interested, let me know. We'll come to you. It's a fun. You can talk about whatever you want. Whether you're Republican, you hate Trump, whether you're Republican, you love Trump. Talk about whatever you want. Free range, as long as there's no Nazi swastika memorabilia or hate speech. I'm not fucking dealing with that bullshit.